Welcome to another episode of Media Talks TV with your host Tony J. If you're new to this channel, just hit the like, share, subscribe, and click the bell for more notifications. Let's jump into it. Everybody has seen the trailer to Tyler Perry's new movie, Divorce in Black. I'm sure you've seen the trailer. I know, I had some thoughts on it, and a lot of people like me agree that this is just another sad story from one of Tyler Perry's numerous movies that have been out on Netflix and BET. I think it's fair to say that Tyler Perry has single-handedly destroyed BET. And I'm not going to hold back my opinion on this because I know a lot of you I know a lot of you agree. I was a fan of House of Pain. I was cool with House of Pain. And I thought that the writing was pretty good with House of Pain. But then he had to reboot it and then fuck up the value of his own show. You end the first half on a cliffhanger, and then the reboot version, you end that on a cliffhanger. And I'm sitting here wondering, when the hell is House of Pain gonna come back? Is that canceled? Can anybody tell me whether or not House of Pain is canceled? Because I've been sitting up waiting. I'm like, when is the next season of House of Pain coming? And because I'm sitting up there thinking that he's about to get married, and I'm like, what is this, a cliffhanger? I'm like, it just kind of. I'm like, I was kind of pissed off at Tyler Perry for that. I'm like, you got me roped into this show, and then you ended on a cliffhanger. And then he ends every fucking season on a cliffhanger. Janine getting stuck on a plane, and the plane crashing, and we thinking Janine, he done killed off Janine. Then the fire explosion the next season. Then it just on and on and on. He always ends his shit in a cliffhanger. There's no resolution when it comes to a Tyler Perry. That's one thing that I noticed about his writing. His writing sucks. He doesn't know how to fucking write a movie. I forgave him for all the other shit. And like I said, I think, you know, Tyler Perry is a wonderful, wonderful businessman. That's not to denote his hard work and his work ethic. To be the first black man to own a studio, I mean, that's a big achievement. But now you gotta be open to new ideas, man. I mean, damn. Like, do we have to sit through another one of your fucking movies full of trauma? Like, every fucking movie that he writes is trauma. A Fall from Grace. There's a bunch of fucking trauma in it. What else? What else? I never got to see Mia Culpa. Never got to see that one. But I've heard that's trash too. And I know he got some other movies out there, but I I just honestly believe that he's kind of ran out of ideas. And when you run out of ideas, what do? You get yourself a fucking writer's room. And I don't think he's open to the idea of just being an executive producer and letting other people showcase their talents on your platform. I think it's fair to do that. and a lot of people agree with this. I'm like, he doesn't want to open his writer room up to new ideas. He wants to be the controller of everything. And what it's going to do is it's going to erode his brand if he does not open his room up to a diverse set of writers with different points of views. You know, I'd like to see more black love being portrayed on Tyler Perry's movies, but he doesn't do that. All he does is black dysfunctional relationships. Every fucking movie is a dysfunctional relationship. Either you're throwing a baby out a fucking window, or it's it's why did I get married? And that is now is this stupid shit. Divorce and black. And I'm just like it's ironic because all the people in there, Corey Hardick just got out of a divorce. Richard Lawson just got out of a divorce. So I'm like, yo, you really trying to cash in on this shit. You're playing with people's emotions. You know these people have gotten out of a relationship that went sour. And he's like, yeah, yeah, just put that shit on film. We're gonna write something like this, and she's running from a dark-skinned black man. Beating the shit out of her. And I'm like, I don't want to keep seeing this shit. I've been following Tyler Perry's work for maybe since I was, well, oof, how long has it been? 13 years old? When Yeah, I was 13 when I saw my first Madea movie. That was in 2003. And I thought it was good. I thought it was great. I thought it was funny, comedic. But then we get to, I guess, for Color Girls. And I sat through that shit in the movie theaters. And I remember sitting through that movie and I seen a whole bunch of chicks, just the whole row of black chicks just mean mugging the shit out of me. And I was like, oh man, this is some horrid shit. This nigga threw a baby out a fucking window, threw his two kids out of a fucking window. I'm like, man, they made us look like fucking Jason, fucking Jason or fucking Freddy Krueger. Like this is just some horrible shit. Like people are just getting tired of this. We're getting the reboot of Color Purple. Nobody wanted to see that shit. That was a flop. Nobody wanted to see that. I'm like, why the fuck would you reboot Color Purple? And we already had the Whoopi Goldberg version. Most people would rather see the Whoopi Goldberg version than this shit. And everybody has spoken like black folks are getting tired of these trauma-based films. Like we want to see something that has us thriving and not merely surviving. Just like we get sick and tired of slave pics, slave epics, us being broken down and downtrodden. And you look at the trailer and you watch the trailer. I'm like, why? Why am I wasting my time with this shit? Like this is the same fucking movie. And it's like he could waste that amount of time because he got all his fucking money. And it just like Tyler Perry's ego and what he does with his art, it's always kind of like the same shit. It's like he likes making money off of broken black families and broken black people. And I've noticed that thing for years and years and years. There's never a good relationship where there's a happily ever after. And they always got the light skinned nigga like Michael Ealy or in most cases, Shamar Moore, all playing the same roles. Either they the light skinned savior, or they had the dark skinned villain. Like every fucking thing is like every black man is villainized in his fucking movies. And I noticed that because maybe somewhere deep down, Tyler Perry's trauma from his childhood, where, because I remember he said he had a stepfather that beat him and shit, and he was hiding under the outhouse or something like that. And maybe that's that resentment that he has, hatred towards black men. And he's always had this hatred. Like let's be honest for a minute. That Tyler Perry hates black men. And he is a black man. I.e., he probably hate himself. Cause every fucking movie, he wouldn't have the same antagonist in all his fucking movies. Every antagonist in all his fucking movies are black men beating the shit out of black women, cheating on black women, giving black women AIDS. It's every fucking movie. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, like I know Tyler Perry gonna come out with another movie and be like, oh yeah, Madea goes back to school. Madea go man, every fucking movie Madea is going somewhere. This shit. Madea goes to jail. Madea like his fucking movies, his Madea movies is kind of like Ernest. Remember all them Ernest movies? Ernest goes to jail. Ernest goes to school. Like that's how the Madea movies something like he's like the black version of Ernest, you know. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, every fucking way we go is always this nigga dressed up like a woman, a big black woman with a gun in a bottle. Like, who is he portraying? He's making fun of black women, and he gets a kick out of that. And then there's a lot of other things that he's influenced with this whole cross-dressing black men and shit. Because now when Hollywood looks at his movies, they're saying, okay, well, we could make that movie and we can have a black man dressed up like a black woman, Joanna Man. They look at his shit, they think they think black black men. We haven't had a romantic black movie where people connected. I think the last black movie we had was The Photographer. And I don't think there's a new one coming out called the Young Marriage. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Um Something about this young black girl getting married to this older black man. I think I might want to go see that. That's Cheryl Lee Ralph is going to be in that one. I know that's going to be good. But as it relates back to Tyler Perry, I'm just not too sure if I want to really watch anything of Tyler Perry's anymore. Like I know we're getting sick and tired of it. I know black women are getting sick and tired of being insulted by this man's imagery. And I know like most of the stuff that he's done, like it just hasn't really it's unoriginal now. It's the same shit. And with all the money that this man has, he could at least open himself up to some new fucking ideas. At the very least. Not saying he has to keep embracing it, but at least open up your writer's room. Hire some better writers. Hire some professional writers, some writers that came out of film school to teach you how to fucking write a film. Because the last set of films you don't know how to write. You have to get better at it. You don't know how to resolve stories. You leave stories on a cliffhanger. There's no resolution, no climactic end, no penultimate, no nothing. Every time I watch his fucking shows, it just goes nowhere. So the one thing Tyler Perry gotta learn is know how to come to a conclusion and bring this shit to an end. Because what I noticed about his writing is just horrible. Like the Oval was trash. Um, I didn't watch Bruh. I thought that was stupid. That was stupid. You don't know black men at all, and you're a black man. It was insulting. His stuff has been trash for a long time. It's time people have said it, but people out there are afraid to criticize Tyler Perry because it's like, well, you're going against the community, and the only way a person is going to get better at their craft is if they criticize the art. That way they get better and maybe they find better inspiration. But Tyler Perry needs to find a editor and maybe a tutor to teach him how to fucking write. Because the shit he's been writing has been trash. I don't see how you can have a big studio like you have and don't know how to write quality shows. Or you're basically the only writer that's writing the material. I don't know how he does it. But anyway, that's my insight on this whole thing. You tell me what you think. You gonna go see Divorce in Black, or is it trash? Is it a no go? What? You know, comment down below. Tell me what you think. It's been another Media Talks TV. If you're new here, just hit the subscribe button, click the like, share, hit the notification bell. A lot of y'all not subscribed, but y'all watch my videos. I need y'all to subscribe because I got more coming down the pipeline. I'm Tony J, and I'm out.